Hello, everyone. How are we doing again this evening? We are through the middle of the week. Things have been hot and heavy, and it's the first official day of May. So, how has everything been going? Have you been crushing those goals, hitting the milestones? Have you started to think about big, audacious goals? And have you started to realize how they relate to your just cause? Or maybe you're one of the few who are out there and kind of realize that where you're at, you don't have a just cause, or you're not working for an employer who has that just cause. They may have big, audacious goals. They may be trying to do some amazing, spectacular things, but do they have the just cause? Is it one of those things that you may never see in this lifetime? It may not ever be fully realized and achievable, right? Are you striving for something like that? Or are you striving for something that can be measured out with very specific tasks and time? I don't know. That's you, only you can answer that. But I'm going to go on the notion that most of you are not operating with the just cause, or some of you are trying to figure out, especially those of you who are on the entrepreneurial scene. You're trying to figure out what your just cause is and how you're getting after it. But all right, so today's discussion, specifically, we were kind of talking about trust and how you need trust in your team. We all know that, but when you're going for a just cause and big audacious goals, you have to have, it is 100% mandatory. You have to have that trust that people are going to be able to perform. They believe in the mission, they believe in the cause, and they're empowered to make the right moves and decisions and take the initiative when they need to, right? That's a huge factor in that. And that goes for anything really in life. You think about it, the military, we operated on that. We had to trust that the person to our left and to our right was going to look out for us to help us all achieve that huge goal, the commander's intent, that they weren't just going to leave us and keep moving on, right? Too commonly in the business culture, it's very, I have no problems sacrificing you to ensure I look good in advance. You can't have that in an organization. That's why so many of them fail, because that happens. And when you're so narrow-minded and short-term thinking, that you're thinking, well, I'm going to advance, I'm going to do this, I'm going to step on these people. One, you isolate yourself. Your reputation will precede you, and people will know and they will stay away from you, or just do what they got to do and get out of there. But no one will have trust or respect for you. And if you are a shareholder or a stakeholder and you're seeing that in your organization, you may be thinking quick gains on the short-term success, but guess what? That's the organization that's going to crash and burn. That's the one that's actually going to lose you a lot of money in the end. So definitely stuff we're going to be talking about coming up tomorrow when we start talking about ethical fading. And this is a very important topic because it sort of just creeps in, and people are taking those shortcuts, doing those sideways things, but justifying it in a way that they're feeling that they're maintaining their values and their morals. But you'll slowly start to see that that's not the case. When ethics start fading in any organization, it really has an impacting effect. And you want to see some of that in action, or some case studies. I don't know if you guys remember the Wells Fargo scandal with the phony accounts, right? Kind of a big deal, but the culture was so toxic there, and people were just, hey, I mean, I had to do it. I had to get the job done, right? I know a bunch of people who worked for GameStop, and the culture was so toxic around selling these pro accounts that people were using their friends' emails that weren't used or subscribed there, creating these accounts. And of course, they just died out after the time went because it was a one time hit. So it was just, wow. And oh, I got to make it, I got to do that. And hey, when the corporate culture is only measuring that one metrics, or those two metrics, right? You're opening the door for that bad behavior. And if the leadership knows that's happening, but they're selling it to their stakeholders, right? 100% toxic culture, working high in effect just to hit those short term arbitrary goals. So, definitely, we're going to get into that topic a little more. I might actually take that a few days or at least do a few series on it because it is such an important and deep topic, right? Yeah, we'll hit the surface tomorrow, but there's really a lot to it, a lot of nuances. And, you start talking about how does this creep into an organization? When do you start to see it? When do you start to notice it? What do you do when you notice it? Right. So it's a very complex topic, but at the same time, it's very simple. And I don't care who you are, I don't care CEO of what you did or high fived whoever. When you have a toxic environment, you suck. I mean, plain and simple. You may be pulling in them billions revenue year over year and hitting 10, 20, 30, 50, I don't care, percent growth. If no one talks good about working for your culture and they don't feel trusted, valued, inspired, empowered, or they're doing shady stuff just to look good and not get fired, hey, hate to break it to you, you suck. All right. But I know some of you guys don't have that problem, which is a good thing, but we want to make sure if you do that we're able to go after it, we're able to tackle it, remedy it. And hey, and here's the other thing I hate to break it to you. When it happens, is it fixable? Yes. Is it quick? Absolutely not. It's anything culture related is going to be slow. That you just can't change culture overnight, right? You're talking about people, you're talking about beliefs and biases and values and ethics and morals, right? So it's not going to change overnight. However, it can change, especially with strong leaders in place, strong and people with strong resolve. It's not always the leaders, uh, one of the best ways to change a culture is from the bottom level and all that pressure. Because remember, your average company can't survive without the workers. So, just some things to think about for a while. But definitely looking forward to getting deep into this conversation with you. Definitely have a lot of fun and exciting things coming up. And thank you for those who participated in that poll yesterday. It is still open for 2 more days. So let's get down into it. Let's figure out the main problems and let's get after them and get them solved, or at least put a plan in place to get things resolved. All right, everyone. Always here if you need me. Please do not hesitate to reach out. And as always, stay good.